All right, in this explainer, we are going to the moon. What kinda? We're going to follow along on the Artemis II mission, which is the first time in over 50 years that humans are flying back to our closest neighbor in space. So let's break down the incredible journey these 4 astronauts are about to take.
Okay, to really get a feel for this, we're going to start by putting you right in the astronaut's seat for what is, without a doubt, the most intense part of the whole mission, the launch.
People who've been through it describe this incredible, crushing pressure. You've got the most powerful rocket ever built fighting against Earth's gravity, and the astronauts inside, they're getting pushed back into their seats so hard they can literally barely breathe.
Yeah, for a brief but really critical moment as they're climbing, the crew is going to experience a staggering 6 times the normal force of gravity. I mean, their bodies are under immense physical stress, the kind of thing they train for over and over again in giant centrifuges back on Earth.
So, what does experiencing 6 Gs actually feel like? Well, it's a force so intense that the blood is literally being pulled away from your brain. Your vision can start to narrow, and it becomes a struggle just to speak or even lift your arms.
Let's put that into perspective. Imagine your own body weight, and now multiply it by 6. That's the physical reality these astronauts have to deal with just minutes into their flight, all while trying to stay completely focused on their super-critical tasks.
And then, just like that, it's over. The main engine's cut off, and all that intense pressure just vanishes. The whole experience flips from this violent, rattling climb to the absolute quiet and weightlessness of orbiting the Earth.
But that insane launch, that's just the first, really brutal step. Once they're safely in orbit, the crew has to get ready for a much longer and much faster voyage. Now the real journey begins.
You see, to actually break free from Earth's gravity and set a course for the moon, the Orion spacecraft has to hit a mind-boggling speed of over 40,000 kilometers per hour. That's the escape velocity they need to leave our planet's pole behind and start the long coast toward the moon.
So here's the whole game plan. It's a carefully planned 10-day trip. It's going to take them about 4 days to get out to the moon, a couple of days to do a flyby of the far side, and then another 4 days to make the journey all the way back home.
But you know, this mission is about way more than just taking a trip around the moon. It's really a critical test flight, what the engineers call a shakedown cruise, for a brand new generation of spacecraft.
See, unlike the Apollo missions that used technology they already understood pretty well, the main goal here is to find and fix any problems with this new vehicle. It's all about kicking the tires and making sure this thing is safe and reliable for the future missions that will actually land on the moon.
And when I say they're testing everything, I mean everything. We're talking about major engine burns they need to get to the moon and back, all the way down to tiny details, like our 2 really important buttons located too close together on a control panel. It's all about making sure this machine works absolutely perfectly.
So who do you even send on a test flight this important? Not just any astronauts, that's for sure. You need a crew of expert test pilots.
And here they are. The Artemis II crew is made up of 3 veteran NASA astronauts, Reed Wiseman, Victor Glover, and Christina Koch, all of whom have tons of experience in space. And they're joined by Jeremy Hansen from the Canadian Space Agency, who, get this, is making his very first trip to space. What a ride to get.
This team was specifically handpicked because of their backgrounds as test pilots. They know exactly how these complicated space systems are supposed to work, and they have that calm, collected mindset you need to troubleshoot anything this new spacecraft might throw at them.
So yeah, in a way, you could call them guinea pigs. But they are incredibly highly skilled ones. Their most important job is to give that essential human feedback, to turn a prototype into a reliable vehicle for the next astronauts who will one day walk on the moon again.
So after all the intense G-forces, the high-speed travel, and all the tests, what's the ultimate significance of this mission? What does it all mean?
1972. That was the last time humans traveled anywhere near the moon. So Artemis II, it marks the end of a 50-year pause and really the beginning of a whole new chapter in lunar exploration.
And the next big step in this new chapter is something called the translunar injection burn. With the crazy launch behind them, this is the powerful engine blast that will finally push them out of Earth's orbit and officially send them on their 4-day journey to the moon.
And that leaves us with a pretty tantalizing final thought. This mission, this crucial test flight, is paving the way for future landings, for deeper exploration, and maybe even for permanent bases on another world. The only question is, after being away for so long, what new discoveries are waiting for us out there?